The house always wins. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Game of Thrones houses.
A vulture grasping a baby in its talons, House Blackmont, Crown Skull, the Manwoodies of Kingsgrave.
Before we begin, be sure to subscribe for more great content.
And you guys may have noticed that we recently hit 15 million subscribers. So, to say thank you, we are giving away our WatchMojo publishing products for free for a limited time.
That's right. Check out the link in the description to sign up, get your free stuff.
For this list, we're looking at any of the noble houses featured in the Game of Thrones TV show or George R.R. Martin's associated book series. No matter how small or obscure, each family of Westeros was considered. We'll also be mentioning plot points from the show's story so far. So if you've been living in a cave like the Three-Eyed Raven for the past few years, this is your spoiler alert.
House Targaryen is gone. Not a single person who shares your blood is alive to support you.
Number 10, House Bolton.
Flayed man of House Bolton. A bit gruesome for my taste.
With a flayed man displayed proudly as their sigil, the Boltons are one of the most savage families in the Seven Kingdoms. Originating in the Age of Heroes, House Bolton ruled a large portion of the North for centuries, defending their stronghold, Dreadfort, and skinning their enemies alive. Eventually, they bent a knee to the Starks and remained loyal to them, until the Red Wedding, where Patriarch Roose Bolton delivered the final blow to Robb, cementing the Boltons as the Wardens of the North.
The Lannisters send their regards.
In one swift move, the Boltons defeated their northern rivals and proved their house motto true: our blades are sharp.
My mother taught me not to throw stones at cripples. But my father taught me to aim for their head.
Number 9, House Tully. Serving as prominent allies for King Aegon's conquest, House Tully was rewarded with rule over the Riverlands in the west of the continent. The Tullys remained Targaryen loyalists until the uprising against the Mad King Aerys, in which they aligned themselves with House Baratheon and the Starks. Living up to their words, family, duty, honor, House Tully fought vigorously for Robb Stark during the War of the Five Kings, before they were betrayed by one of their sworn vassals, House Frey. Their sigil of a silver trout may seem meek, but the Tullys are a bold family with a history of military prowess. In the words of the Blackfish, as long as I'm standing, the war is not over.
Go on then, cut his throat.
Number 8, House Greyjoy. These are some real salt-of-the-earth people, literally, since their leader sits on a salt throne.
And how do you feel about that?
House Greyjoy has ruled over the Iron Islands off the west coast of the continent for centuries.
The Ironborn will reave and pillage as it was in the old days, all along the northern coast.
Worshipping the drowned god and displaying a golden kraken on their banners, Greyjoys are unmatched when it comes to shipbuilding or really anything having to do with the sea. Like the rebellious teenager of the Seven Kingdoms, they're often raiding villages along the coastlines and declaring their independence from the mainland. Adhering to their words, we do not sow.
We do not sow.
We do not sow. We are Ironborn.
Although much of Westeros thinks this house is dead and gone, the Greyjoys know all too well that what is dead may never die.
What is dead may never die.
Number 7, House Mormont.
This is Valyrian steel. It was my father's sword. His father before him. The Mormonts have carried it for 5 centuries.
A small but mighty house in the north, the Mormonts rule over Bear Island and are fiercely loyal supporters of House Stark. Although a relatively poor family with only wooden structures, they've taken up their Black Bear banners many times to successfully defend their home, whether from Targaryens, Lannisters, or Boltons, justifying their slogan, "Here we stand."
House Mormont has kept faith with House Stark for 1,000 years.
Many great men have come from this bloodline to reach high honors, such as Lord Commander. But unlike others, this house also trains its women for battle.
My mother wasn't a great beauty or any other kind of beauty. She was a great warrior, though. She died fighting for your brother Robb.
The bold and brave Lady Lyanna Mormont now leads this house, and there's not a warrior in Westeros who wouldn't answer her call.
We know no king, but the king in the north whose name is Stark.
Number 6, House Martell.
Have they told you who I am? Some dead man.
The Martells control the southern land of Dorne, which operates almost independently from Westeros. Their land is home to extreme heat and ferocious warriors, as conveyed in the house symbol, a gold spear piercing a red sun. Embodying the saying, unbowed, unbent, unbroken, House Martell has never truly been vanquished by outside forces.
I tell you a secret. You're not the golden lion. You're just a pink little man who's far too slow on the draw.
They were the only family to successfully fend off Aegon the Conqueror and his dragons, living free from the throne for centuries. After being on the losing side of Robert's rebellion, the Martells receded into isolation, fostering a grave distaste for Lannisters.
You killed her children!
Although the Martell name has almost disappeared, their legacy remains as possibly the most liberal house in the realm, even practicing gender-blind succession.
You must choose Doran's way and peace, or my way and war.
Number 5. House Baratheon.
You as good with a spear as you used to be?
No, but I'm still better than you.
Known for their boisterous nature and imposing men, Baratheons rightfully live by the expression, "Ours is the fury." This principal house in the Stormlands united the North against Targaryen rule in a bloody civil war led ferociously by Robert Baratheon.
In my dreams, I kill him every night.
Although the new royal House Baratheon of King's Landing was soon formed when Robert married into an alliance with Lioness Cersei Lannister, that house, which sported the sigil of a crowned black stag, was merely a corrupted evolution of the original name. After Robert's rebellion, Stannis created his own faction entitled House Baratheon of Dragonstone, and later called himself the true king of Westeros before he was ultimately defeated and killed at Winterfell. Number 4. House Tyrell.
Your house has come to our aid. The whole realm is in your debt, none more so than I. If your family would ask anything of me, ask it, and it shall be yours.
Rulers of the Reach and once wardens of the South, House Tyrell maintains one of the largest armies in Westeros, as well as a massive amount of coin. Known for immense chivalry and military superiority, their house banner of a gold yet thorny rose perfectly encapsulates their dual nature.
Before we decide to spend our lives together, we ought to get to know one another, don't you think?
Acting as Targaryen loyalists during Robert's rebellion, they were able to put aside their long-standing rivalry with House Martell to fight several key battles that helped shape the future of the Seven Kingdoms. Even after Robert won the war and was declared king, the Tyrell banner continued to blossom as the house made strong ties between themselves and the Baratheons through Loras Tyrell and Robert's brother Renly. Growing strong is the most appropriate slogan for a family that has managed to control so many affairs in the capital while never ruling as king.
Why are you here?
My mother.
I was invited, my dear, to help deal with several troublesome issues, such as the Queen's imprisonment.
Number 3. House Lannister.
The future of our family will be determined in these next few months. We could establish a dynasty that will last 1,000 years.
House Lannister remains the principal family of the Westerlands, under the banners of a golden lion and the words, "Hear me roar." However, as the richest family in the Seven Kingdoms, they also live up to their unofficial slogan, "A Lannister always pays his debts."
A Lannister always pays his debts.
No. A common saying, but not their official motto.
The Lannisters have always had a strong presence in the realm, serving as the hand of the king, crushing the revolts of their vassal houses, and delivering the final blow to Aerys Targaryen by initiating the sack of King's Landing, in which Jaime Lannister earned the nickname Kingslayer.
The Kingslayer!
Jaime. My name's Jaime.
Whether you love them or love to hate them, the Lannisters are perhaps the best at playing the Game of Thrones.
When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die.
Number 2. House Targaryen.
Dracarys.
After Aegon the Conqueror and his two sisters united the Seven Kingdoms, the Targaryens ruled over Westeros for almost 300 years.
What does it mean? It is old Kiskari, Khaleesi. It means mother.
Despite the infamous reputation of the Mad King Aerys and his plan to burn King's Landing to the ground, this family is known to produce some strong leaders, a trend that one tenacious descendant plans to restore. Unlike her father, Daenerys Targaryen acts as an idealist and vows to restore the Targaryen legacy with the help of her 3 fearsome dragons.
Vla.
With the 3-headed dragon sigil, it's no surprise the Targaryens have always had an affinity for these mythical winged beasts, and are often seen riding them into battle. Hence the badass family motto, fire and blood.
Sir Jorah bind this woman to the pyre. You swore to obey me.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions.
The wine will flow red, and the music will play loud, and we'll put this mess behind us.
Your meat is bloody tough.
The blood of the first men flows through my veins as much as yours, boy. I fought the Mad King for your father. I fought Joffrey for you. We are kin, Stark and Karstark.
Number 1. House Stark.
There are 5 pups. 1 for each of the Stark children. The direwolf is a sigil of your house. They were meant to have them.
Tirelessly strong-willed and noble almost to a fault, House Stark is one of the oldest familial lines in Westeros, and has inspired the loyalty of the surrounding houses in the north for centuries.
The king in the north! The king in the north!
Often referred to as kings in the north, the Starks also maintain a close allegiance with the Night's Watch. Uniting under the motto, "Winter is coming," the Starks' motto acts as a warning to the kingdom, rather than a self-aggrandizing catchphrase. And that speaks to the family's character on the whole. Flying banners of the direwolf, the Starks display not only vicious combat skills, but also a quiet and modest wisdom, uncommon in the Seven Kingdoms.
I, Eddard, of the House Stark, Lord of Winterfell and Warden of the North, sentence you to die.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.